Hello world, Conky in a tree here, bringing you the first video on this YouTube channel. I've always contemplated, starting to make YouTube videos and whatnot, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and start trying. So, as you can tell by the title of this video, I'm going to kind of be laying out the situation in the West, my situation in the West of being 25 and single. And we're going to kind of get into a few different topics. So the first thing I'm going to do is kind of give you some backdrop about me. I'm 25. I've been in relationships, a few different relationships in college, one of them pretty serious. And then I got a lot of experience in high school with chicks from the ages of 16 to 17. As soon as I had my vehicle, I was pretty much off to the races. There's really no stopping a boy, when he gets those keys at 16 to 17 and he's got a lot of people that he knows. And I had decent pull in school. I'm tall, got that going for me. So yeah, I get the game. I understand women. Dealt with them for a long time now, but I have cooled it on that for the last 2 or 3 years since the end of my last relationship, because we're gonna see just exactly why here coming up. So I want to briefly touch on what attracts men to women and what attracts women to men. Now, it's no secret that women's primary agency, don't care what anyone would have you believe, it is in fact their beauty. There's a reason why they must put makeup on every single day. They do definitely understand that beauty is the primary driver that drives men into their lives. And yeah, that's their primary form of agency. Men, on the other hand, in the eyes of women, we pull women by our ability to protect, provide, and provision. And that is what draws women to men. That is what makes a woman want a man to be in a relationship with and have a family with, because that's what we're talking about here. We're not talking about just hooking up or anything like that. We're talking about the real deal. And so I want to call on Dr. David Buss for a second. Some say the founder of evolutionary psychology. In his sampling across the whole planet, many different cultures, men of all ages found women 18 to 25 to be the most attractive, and people all around the world preferred a age gap of 5 to 10 years where the man is the senior. All right, and in the West, that age gap is 1 to 3 years where the man is the senior. All right, so we've established what each other are looking for in each other. Men, it's our ability to protect, provide, and provision. That is what draws women to us. Sorry, I got to adjust in this tree. I don't want to fall. Okay. Now, let's kind of just talk about simple economics that are going on here in the United States in 2025. The ratio of rent to wages has never been higher. And when I say never been higher, we don't even have current data, but it is so far up and to the right, you would have no idea. Rent has never costed more relative to wages, ever. And it's not even close. It was that way in 2010. It's just gotten exponentially worse now that we're in 2025. We don't even have the data on it. Okay, on top of that, we also have the worst wealth inequality here in this country. The difference between the haves and the have-nots, the upper and the lower class, has never been greater. The United States, we enjoyed our most flourishing time from the 50s to the mid to late 70s, early 80s. That is when our middle class was alive and flourishing, and that is also when we had the least amount of wealth inequality in the country. That's when America was America. That's peak Americana, okay? That's never been higher. On top of that, credit card delinquencies have also never been higher. Rates of first home ownership here in the United States for young people has never been lower. I don't know if you guys saw on Twitter, but 60% of people that went to Coachella financed their tickets. Really? 60%. It's like, y'all people, if you can't afford it, don't go to the concert. But anyways, yeah, I just wanted to kind of lay things out for you. It's literally like, if you want to own things in the West, specifically in the United States of America, it has truly never been more difficult than right now, especially for young people. You hear all this complaining about old people about inflation, prices, and young people just shake our head at y'all, because it's like, at least y'all motherfuckers had a runway to run it up for a little bit. We don't have any runway. We are living through hell. Anyways, let's go ahead and just look at marriage by itself for a second, okay? for the boys. you know, over half of first marriages end in divorce, or right around half. 90% of divorces are initiated by women. Women have the way the biased court systems work in this country, the way the court systems work, they're heavily biased towards women. If, you know, a woman wants to get divorced from you, she can no fault divorce you, be entitled to the kids and cash and prizes, and that is just how it works nowadays. Marriage is becoming a worse and worse shake as, you know, more and more time goes by for men. A really telling stat as well. In 2025, it is forecasted, and you can go check these stats, it is forecasted that in 2025, people under the age of 30, 25% of women are married, and around 16.5% of men are married by 30. Now, compare that with 1975, some measly 50 years earlier, those figures were 90% women married and 80% men married. So we've gone from 90% and 80% in 75 to 25% and 16% in 2025. Hey guys, had to bring it to the car. Conky in a car here to finish off this video here. But what I was gonna get to when I was in the tree was that the next point is women in this country, especially young women, they have never been more promiscuous than now. Like, young women are more promiscuous than ever. I'll give you an example. If you look at 2023's the, you know, incidence of contracting chlamydia in the United States, and you go look at a breakdown of who's contracting the chlamyds, bro, for whites, women outpace the men 2-1. And men, we like to get after it. Women are outpacing men 2-1 in chlamydia. I'm sure, like, if you go pull other STDs, it's probably more comparable, but like, that is the reality here, is that these modern women are more promiscuous than ever. And I don't know about you as a man, but let me tell you what I think as a man. There's nothing more disgusting than a promiscuous woman in the eyes of a man. In my opinion, there's nothing more disgusting. If I don't have your loyalty sexually, like, what are we doing here? Like seriously, what are we doing here? So what's the conclusion here, guys? The conclusion on this point is, like I stated before, it has truly never been more difficult to not only like own stuff, but it has never been more difficult to fulfill your role as a man to a woman. Like, that's all this talk about 50-50 to provide, protect, and provision for a woman. Most men aren't even capable. So the women that are with some of these guys, like, they aren't even attracted to these guys. I know for myself, I want to be able to take care of my woman, and I want to be able to take care of our family. And in order to do that, I need to get after it and produce excess. And like, the point is, guys, you got to put your head down. You got to leave the women alone. I understand it. It can be addicting with the women, like the attention, the physicality with the women. Like, it can be quite addicting, these women. But like, seriously, guys, please sacrifice the short-term release in sight of long-term payoff. The long-term payoff is when we get to our peak years of an LTR that I just said before, 27 to 33, we want to be able to set ourselves apart from other men that are around our age. Like that, we want it to be so evident that we were handling our business the last, 5-10 years, whatever. And that's how we got to do it. We got to leave these chicks alone, because we all know how it's going to work. Like, if you try to go for chicks your age, like, bruh, your head is on a swivel. Her head is turning around 180 degrees at every dude that comes by because of her hypergamous nature, because women are hypergamous and men are polygynous and promiscuous. Like, I don't know who needs to hear that, but like, that is the reality. Hey, newsflash. Neither men nor women are monogamous by nature. It is taking each party sacrificing their biological nature in order to make a relationship work. Why? Because women are hypergamous. Women want the best available option. It is almost a guarantee that there's a better option available out there, and it'll come across y'all's paths. She has to sacrifice jumping and monkey branching. What do you sacrifice as a man? Men are polygynous and promiscuous. We can go get with a woman just like we're going to the bathroom. And like, people think that's a joke, but like, we exist in the physical. That is what we do. Sex is nothing to us. So here's the reality, guys, and this is going to sum up the video, and I'm going to sign it off here. I know I'm in another spot. I'm driving now, but I mean, you guys, like, women are going to run wild for the next few years. Like, women are going to spin themselves out of control, getting way worse than you've ever seen. Promiscuity that you've never seen. Disrespect towards men that you have never seen. This is all part of the natural course, but things will revert, and for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So whenever this thing crashes and burns, this whole experiment, this third wave of feminism, whenever the chickens are coming home to roost, I just think we're a few years away. And when the tide recedes and pulls back, woo! What's going to be exposed is going to be crazy, and it's going to build the world that we see coming forward, because this is not how men and women can exist. With 16% of men being married, are you kidding me? 16? When it was 80%? It's because there's no incentive for men to get married anymore. When a woman gets custody, cash, and prizes, if as soon as I get on my knee for no reason whatsoever, what incentive do I have to do it? Guys, stay single out there and do not get married. Conky signing off. Have a good one.